Respected sadhakas, welcome to Evolve. For anyone need support, we are getting the supports. Let us hold on to that supports and evolve. The first support we got is that of the opportunity to study our shastras. Let us not leave this support. Holding on to this support only, we have to lift ourselves to the second level of support, which is also is there always, which we have to recognize and hold on to. The support of the Guru Tattva, the Guru Parampara, the Guru and the Lord. When along with Satsanga, we hold on to them as support by their grace. The third support we get. The third support is that of the knowledge of the Shastra, we start grasping in its correct and complete perspective. As stronger and stronger becomes, clearer and clearer becomes this knowledge. Then the fourth support we have to hold on to is the support of our own conscious independent sadhana to reach out to the truth, which is mentioned in the Shastras. Through this fourth support, held firmly, consistently, we reach out to the experience of the self, after which we don't need any further support. Rather, we will be found to be the support of the entire universe. So, till we discover ourselves to be the independent entity existing as infinite, conscious, blissful self, that alone is the support for the entire universe of names and forms. We should not stop anywhere in our evolution by holding on to one by one supports. So the present support is our being regular in our studying the Shastra. Then our association with the Guru Tattva, the Guru Parampara, the Gurus, and our Ishtadeva. Through their grace, what we are studying in Shastras will become our information, our knowledge. Then, contemplating on that, which is our next support, we try to grasp the essence of it. What exactly it is indicating as the truth, what exactly it is indicating as outer and inner sadhanas. Then, holding on to that sadhana, we reach out to the self, having reached where we are the support of everybody, everything in the whole universe. We are that self, which is the support of all. Like you can see the Nachiketa. From somewhere he heard, he took the support of it. Then he trusted on the divine and the Guru. Then he was taken to the Yamaloka where he could get the thorough knowledge of Shastra. Then, holding on to the Jnanam given, he went on doing sadhana. So too Raja Parikshit. He heard first, then got the support of Guru Shukadeva and Bhagavan Krishna. Through their support, through the Shastram, he got the Tattva Jnanam. Here also in the present text which we are studying, Taittiriya Upanishad, the latest story of Bhrugu, the Shishya and Varuna, we see that Bhrugu has heard somewhere or when his father was talking to others. Superficial listening. Then he held the father Guru firmly and through him he got the Brahma Lakshana as well as Brahma Uplabdhi Sthana and Brahma Prapti Sadhana. Then he became independent. He went on doing the tapasya. Then he discovered. So, in the same way, in our life also, the greatest beautiful support we got is that of Shravana, listening to our Upanishads. Without leaving this, living in this only, you have to hold on to the second support of the Guru Kripa and Ishvara Kripa. Their Kripa, sought, comes in the form of giving value, meaning, importance to what we are listening in the class, doing study, manana, chintana of that. All that should lead to the conviction about Paramatma to be the goal, conviction about the clear sadhana to reach to that goal. Once that is clear, now doing that sadhana will be our support till we reach the sadhya vastu. When the sadhya, the self beyond everything, is experienced, it itself is so independently infinite, it doesn't need any support. It is in fact the support of everything. From there, the sentences like Mai eva sakalam jatam mai sarvam pratishchitam mai sarvam layam yati tad brahmadvayamasmyaham. Such types of great shlokas come out of that experience that I am the water in whom the Karana, the oceans, the Karya, ocean, the Karya, the rivers, waves, etc. are coming and going in my presence with my blessings without touching me. So that is the experience we have to reach to. May the Lord bless us in this regard. May we become deeper and deeper, clearer and clearer in the understanding of every Shastra which we are studying throughout the day. Let all of that put together put us on the right track and push us, fuel us, empower us in such a way that ere long we discover the destination or the goal. Today too, let's have our Taittiriya Parayanam, Taittiriya Adhyanam with Bhashyam, Yoga Darshanam with Vyasa Bhashyam, Mundaka Upanishad with Adi Shankara Bhashyam, Gita Dashamodhyayam, then the Bhagavatam 72nd. Today we will see the Krishna's reply to Yudhishthira's requesting, please ensure that the Rajasuya Yaga gets happened through me. And in Adhyatma Ramayanam, we will see that Kalanemi, Hanuman, Sambhada and all of that. Hanuman bringing the Dronagiri. Lakshmana Swami is enlivened. All Vanaras also are back to life. They again with Vijrumbhida Shakti, the attack they do to the Lanka. In the meantime, Ravana wakes up Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna gives again the Jnanam. Ravana never listens. Kumbhakarna leaves for the Yuddha. And in the next Sarga, Kumbhakarna Vadha, then Meghanada Vadha, all those kathas through which subjectively we are discovering that in the presence of Lord, knowledge of Shastra, the Durgunas, the presence of Lord, knowledge of Shastra, Sri Ramji. In his presence, the Durgunas of the Ahankara of the Ravana, the Moha of the Kumbhakarna, ityadi, the Indrajit ityadi, we have to eliminate. That's the purpose of Adhyatma Ramayana Adhyanam. Then we have our in our stotras, the great Astotras every day we are chanting. Let us start our today's day with the beautiful Parayanam. We have to start the second Valli. Om Atha Parayanam Dvitiya Brahmananda Valli. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Brahmavida Apnoti Param Tadeshabhyukta Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma Yo Vedanihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschitete तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाश सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणः पक्षः अयमुत्तरः पक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति अन्नाद्वै प्रजाः प्रजायन्ते याः काश्च पृथिवीकश्रिताः अथो अन्नेनैव जीवन्ति अथैनदपि यन्त्यन्ततः अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठम् तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते सर्वं वै तेन्नमाप्नुवन्ति येन्नं ब्रह्मोपासते अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठम् तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ते जातान्यन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यतेत्ति च भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यत इति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादन्नरसमयात् अन्योऽन्तर आत्मा प्राणमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविधताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणः पक्षः अपान उत्तरः पक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथिवी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति प्राणं देवा अनुप्राणन्ते मनुष्याः पशवश्च ये प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यते सर्वमेव त आयुर्यन्ति ये प्राणं ब्रह्मोपासते प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् प्राणमयात् अन्योऽन्तर आत्मा मनोमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविधताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य यजुरेव शिरः ऋग्दक्षिणः पक्षः सामोत्तरः पक्षः आदेश आत्मा अथर्वाङ्गिरसं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ सुकृते धिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः ॐ श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायनयाज्ञवल्क्याद्य शङ्करादिगुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निष्ठितानां कंकणबद्धानां बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन शक्ति साधना संपदा सानुकूल्यता प्राप्ति द्वारा नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदा अंतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवीन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ तृतीया भृगुवल्ली। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ पञ्चम षष्ठ अनुवाकौ chant the fifth and sixth anuvakas. ॐ विज्ञानं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् विज्ञानाध्येव कल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते विज्ञानेन जातानि जीवन्ति विज्ञानं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगं होवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा आनन्दो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् आनन्दाध्येव कल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनन्देन जातानि जीवन्ते आनन्दं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति सैषा भार्गवी वारुणी विद्या परमे व्योमन् प्रतिष्ठिता य एवं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, we are studying Taittiriya Upanishad from almost 450 days. Every Anuvaka, every mantra with Bhashya, we are going through. More concentration and memory power if we had, more if we have shown our interest through Manana Chintana, the entire thing to be known, to be practiced by now, we would have grasped. Never mind, it is a great, great attempt. We are almost coming to the closure of this Upanishad. We are studying the third, the Bhrugu Valli. It is the Sadhana Valli with an example, a story, anecdote. So, if we see what we have seen so far, beautiful. What is said in the Prathama Dvitiya Valli is what is practically done by the Bhrugu in the Tritiya Valli. That is what we have to first grasp. Now, what were the sequences of the events? One, we don't know, but what are the punya karmas that Jiva has done? He is born as the son to the great Rishi Varuna. Varuna is not the Varuna Deva, the giver of rains. Varuna is a Rishi. The Rishis are there with so many names and all. Point one. Point two, Varuna being so great in himself has brought up his son Bhrugu in all the disciplines. And Bhrugu the Jiva himself was on the path of evolution. Therefore, got brought up by the father Guru in a disciplined, systematic manner as long as he has come to this age now. How do you say all that is? The way he has approached the father, the purpose for which he has approached the father, the way he got instructions from the father, the way he followed. All of that shows his personality's beauty, his clarity, what he wants to gain, and his clarity, who gives that what he wants, his clarity of how to approach him and how to receive from him what is wanted. So each of these aspects we have to be matured in ourselves also. This is what we were discussing with the help especially of first and second Anuvaka from last 10-15 days. So in that the 4 5 things were: first the discipline of the Shishya, second going to the Guru the Father, considering or taking with full faith the Father Guru as the Bhagavan himself. No doubt about it. Then, when he went there, he must have done pranama salutation to the father Guru, like any Shishya does to the Guru. He's gone now to the father, not as father son relation, but the Guru Shishya relation. And what is the thing he asked? Let us be very clear about it. Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. Oh Bhagavan, give me the ब्रह्म ज्ञान. ब्रह्म ज्ञान का अध्ययन कराइएगा, अध्यापन कीजिएगा. टीच मी ब्रह्म विद्या. This is how the clarity of the Shishya. How much he must have done the Viveka and Vairagya, and that other than Brahman, nothing being real, he wants the real, the Brahman. Because what is Viveka? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithyeti Evam Rupo Vinishchayah Soyam Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka Pariganyate. See? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya iti Evam Rupa Vinishchayah. Saha Ayam Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka Pariganyate. Now, when Brahman is a Satyam, Jagat Mithya, to that understanding, if he has come with his deep inner understanding, who will go for the Mithya Jagat? Because it is Mithya, nobody will go who understands this as Mithya. He understood it, therefore, Purna Vairagya for that Jagat he has got. That is why he was seeking the Satyam, the Brahma. Therefore, he asked the Guru, the Father, Adihi Bhagavo Brahma iti. So this is how you and I also have to grow. Do lot of punya, upasana, tapasya, prayers to the Bhagavan, ityadi, seva to the elders, so that we are either born as a child to such parents who are like the Varuna, or we will be taken to the Guru like our Gurudev, who is like the Varuna to us. After being gone to that Guru or born in that family, bring up with the disciplined culture. Once the bringing up happens, the time of now taking up the whole goal of the life comes. Instead of choosing anything worldly, because already it is mithya understood, choose only the spiritual ultimate truth reality as goal. See, each of these things require how much of satsang, how much of study, how much of manana chintana to come to the specific, clear, doubtless convictions at every level, at every stage. And the latest stage is I want Brahman and nothing else. Whether it is Nachiketa or any disciple of any of the Upanishad are of this stature of nothing but Brahman they want. That is why they asked it, that is why they were given it, that is why they could take it, that is why they could experience and establish in it, they were liberated. All of them followed what is said in Katha Upanishad, Yam eva eshaha vrunite tena labhyaha. Whoever is the sadhak seeking only Brahman, nothing else, to him only the Brahman is experienced. Why? Tasya esha atma vivrunute tanum swam. To such deep, sincere seeker only, the self reveals itself. Here also, Bhrugu Maharaj has gone to his father Guru, Adehi Bhagavo Brahma. We are specifically, repeatedly saying this. because this is the sadhana Valli. If we miss to understand, do the sadhana from scratch in this Valli, then we have not got benefit of studying the earlier two Valli and also all other our earlier Upanishads, nor our obtaining the Guru in our life becomes fruitful. So specifically knowing every minutest aspect, bringing them into our life is the only way to ensure our own spiritual evolution. Now, when such a wonderful way, the wonderful disciple has asked in a wonderful manner the wonderful question, है as again said in the Mundaka Upanishad, the Guru followed the instruction given to the Guru by the Shruti Mata. तस्मै सविद्वानुपसन्नाय सम्यक प्रशान्तचित्ताय शमान्विताय येनाक्षरं पुरुषं वेद सत्यं प्रोवाच तां तत्त्वतो ब्रह्मविद्याम्. This is the order to the Guru when a deserving disciple comes to give Brahma Vidya without denial. Clear? Everything is very clear. Then the Guru Maharaj gave. First, the Upalabdhisthana, please remember, you and I have to very clear about it. Upalabdhisthana. The six Upalabdhisthanas are told when once we are trained to discover through them the Brahman, then everywhere we discover Brahman only. That is Upalabdhi Dwaras, five of them, six of them. What are they? Annam Pranam Chakshushrotram Manovachamiti. What are these? Upalabdhi Dwara. Dwara is not the destination of ours. Through Dwara, we enter into the hall, enter into whatever the place we want to go. The two types of Dwaras, the two uses of Dwaras are going from out to the in, from the in to the out. The same, these five or the six were the Dwaras from whom, from inside, we have gone out into the world to become a samsari and suffer. Now, through the same Dwara, we come inside to discover ourselves. Clear? Be specific about these things. Then, how to search for the Brahmana? We should know the Lakshana of the one whom we are searching. Therefore, the Tatastha Lakshana Yukta Brahma is explained there by the Guru Maharaj. Tasma etat provacha annam vacham annam prana chakshushrotram manovachamiti. Then Tagam hovacha. What is that? Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayantyavi samvishanti तद्विज्ञाय विशन्तीति तद्विजिज्ञासत्स्व तद्ब्रह्मेति. Okay, you do something, then you will get something, then that will be Brahman. It is not said like that. You do something, that itself is Brahman, he says. Tadvijignasasva tadbrahmeti. So the Upalabdhi Dwaras as well as the Brahma Lakshana are given. Now the most important topic came was the what do you call the tapasya as the only sadhana for discovering that Brahmana. This is heard many times by the father when he is saying to others, and he saw others practicing and maybe referring to other all shastras. He discovered that to be the sadhana for doing what father said to reach the Brahmanubhuti. Then he started doing satapotapyata, satavastatva. Okay, now one by one, through Upalabdhi Dwara, through the tapasya, he started reaching near to the Brahman. Now here we have to pause 4-5 minutes to see what are the tapasyas the Bhrugu has done. Already said tapasyas were brought up very well disciplined way, as disciplined by the father. That is first tapasya. It is so tough to listen to the parents and do what they say when our minds are filled with so many of vasanas, distractions, more than everything, the misguidances from the outer world, the influences of the outer world, attractions, repulsions, so much of nonsense never allows the youngster to listen to parents, because every day is going to college, school, so many friends he is seeing, the world he is seeing, people he is seeing. So all of that enters into his mind. A peculiar personality is made. Now these are all not known to the parents. Parents want to bring them up in a systematic manner, but these fellow are got influenced so much from his vasanas as the outer world. They never listen to parents. Every day there is dharma kshetra, kurukshetra at home. There is no shatru required. At home, father was the children, children father, we bada shatru. All that was not there in the house of the Bhrugu Varuna. That is tapasya. We are telling what is tapasyas. Then second tapasya was going to father, seeking nothing other than Brahman. Third tapasya was listening to the father, the instructions, and without reaction, that father has given incomplete answer. He himself responded by choosing the best thing for the sadhana. That is his fourth tapasya. That wanting to do tapasya itself is a tapasya. Now, from here onwards, what tapasyas he has done, having committed to tapasya, are most important, very, very important. First tapasya is what? Ki bringing all the extroverted faculties of jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, as well as manabhuti chitta hankara to his own fold and control. Means he is not leaking out his own attention, everything to the world as he was earlier or as any other samsaris are so. So, bahya antaha karananam samadhanam tapaha. This is the most essential. After that, which of these karanas are required for the sadhana? Which type of sadhana? Using only for that these karanas is the next tapasya he has done. Okay. Now here the father has given the Brahma Lakshanas and Upalabdhi Dwara. Then he said Tad Vijignyasasva. Therefore, by the instruction of the father only, he has understood the what instrument which is to be used. The instrument used is the intellect, because the father told to do the jignasa. Jignasa is not done by the mana, not by the pranas, not by indriyas, not by the deha. Therefore, tapasya is what here? Rising above anna prana mano kosha, coming to the level of vijnanamaya kosha is the next tapasya. Now, these are all being taught in the second Brahmananda Valli exhaustively. In a different language it is put here, but what is said there alone is practiced by Bhrugu here. If you have that memory power of referring to what is said in the Brahmananda Valli and referring that with this, you will see 100% everything matching. That is why this story of Bhrugu is brought to explain that sadhana after telling the theoretical Brahma Vidya in the second Valli. Pakka matching, 100%. Okay, so therefore, what is tapasya? Through the intellectual inquiry, be attentive. In this context, trying to match with that object with the lakshanas of the Brahman as told by Father. This intellectual effort inquiry at this level is the tapasya, which is the number of tapasya, 5, 6, 7, number of lagalo. Now, the most beautiful important tapasya after this is what? When one dwara he has entered and tried to match the lakshanas of the Brahman with that, 70-80% matched, but beyond that 100% matching has not come. When the 100% matching has not come, therefore be attentive. When that first of the dwara is understood not, therefore not to be the Brahman. Here, please remember, he is doing Brahma Jignasa, but that Brahman has to be discovered as his own Atma Vastu only, because he is seeking the Atma Moksha, his own Moksha, and the Moksha comes to each of the seeker only when he himself comes out of his own wrong identities and comes to the right identity. That right identity at the individual level is called Atman, and the total level is called as Brahman. Therefore, what is he doing? The Brahma Jignasa, or what is he doing, is Atma Jignasa. They are not two. Upanishad generally use the word Brahma objectively, so that when it is said Atma, already identified upadhis, in that we may get lost. To protect us, the word is Brahma used. But while studying that Upanishad is teaching Brahma Jnana, understand that we are pursuing the Atma Jnana only, because after the Atma Jnana only the Brahma Jnana comes. They are not two things, but Atma Jnana means discovering my own essential self beyond my own Panchakoshas. Then only I will understand that this myself, which is beyond the Panchakoshas, alone is the self beyond, behind all other Panchakoshas at other Vyashti levels, as well as the Samashti Panchakosha ke piche. That's called as Brahma Prapti. So therefore here he is Adihi Bhavo Brahma. Brahma Jignasa only is doing. But that Brahman has to be first discovered as an Atman, then Atman has to be known as to be the Brahman. Therefore, what is he doing? The Brahma Jignasa. But what is he doing? The Atma Jignasa. Therefore, the Brahma Lakshanas of Yato va imani bhutani jayante are 100% are fit for the Atma Lakshana also. Therefore, when he is searching for that Brahman Atman, which is having these Lakshanas, and in the search of that, when the father gave the six of the Dwara to knock and try to know, when he knocked the first one, because why he has given the Anna as the first Dwara? Because we are all lost at Anna Kosha only, no? Therefore, you only search whether the Lakshanas given of Brahman or Atman are fit in that Annamaya. If they are fitting, then Anna alone Brahma continue. हो गया तुम्हारा मुक्ति. Okay, Guru's instructions are so clear. Now the whole onus was taken by the disciple on his head. Then he tried to match the Brahma Lakshana with Anna Kosha. To some extent it got matched. Not Anna saying all the beings are coming, staying and going back. But he did not get that way satisfied there. He just became a little deeper and subtler in thinking. What are the Brahma or Atma Lakshanas? In other places said, the Brahma and Atman is eternal self, immutable, and birthless, changeless, deathless. Is it not Nitya hai, Avyaya hai, Janma, Jara, Mrityu Rahit hai? Now this Annam, it is born, Utpatti, then it is getting modified, Vyaya, and it becoming Jara, and one day it is collapsing. Therefore, this Anna is not matching with the all Lakshanas of Brahman. Therefore, Anna is not Brahman. This intellectual understanding, when it has become the great achievement of one tapasya at one level, the next level of tapasya is therefore ruthlessly rejecting the Atma Tadatmya with the Annamaya Kosha is the most important tapasya. Intellectually understood. But that has to become the practice and the order of life in such a manner that even in dream or even in every happening of the worldly experiences of the waking, not even once, the Annamaya Kosha is me, that bhana should be there. Understood? Then only the real tapasya is done. Otherwise, intellectually, by studying the Shastras, saying that I am the drashta of the Annamaya Kosha, it is the drushya, the drashta cannot become drushya. Anybody will say it after 5, 6, 7 times study. But has it given the moksha? No. We are still lost at Annamaya, not even have gone to the next Kosha itself. So that is why the father said here, and step by step he has to follow. Actually, in this way, even Shruti Mata also, while commenting on this sixth Anuvaka, says that this is how step by step Bhrugu crossed one by one dwara in his inquiry, in his intellectual conviction, and is actually detaching from the earlier koshas. Now, has it not been the same? Was it not the same case in the second Brahma Valli, which we have chanted today? है ना, तस्माद् वै तस्माद् आत्मना आकाश संबुध आकाश अन्न सद अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्ष अयम् उत्तरपक्ष अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति अन्नाद्वै प्रजा प्रजायन्ते याः काश्च पृथिवीगश्रिताः अतो अन्नेनैव जीवन्ति अतैनदपि अन्त्यन्ततः अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यते इति exactly same but suddenly there what happened the moment the annamaya was almost being accepted as atma little deep when one became subtle suddenly found something else is there inside the annamaya as the Atma of the Annamaya, other than the Annamaya, and permeating the whole Annamaya. Tasmad vai tasmat annarasamayat anyaha antaraha atma pranamaneha tena esha purnaha sava esha purushavida eva tasya purushavidatam अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिण प्रक्षापानोत्तर प्रक्षा again that one again quotation from the Rigveda mantra about the pranamaya kosha it is said by the time the pranamaya is accepted as atman suddenly something inside pranamaya is found to be the atma of the pranamaya to be permeating in the pranamaya to be other than pranamaya so tasmadva etasmat pranamayat anyaha antaraha atma manomayah tena esha purna so exactly what theory was given in Brahma Valli in the Bhrugu Valli the Bhrugu has done that is tapasya. It is never enough to intellectually comprehend, apprehend, understand logically that because all lakshanas of Brahma are not satisfied in the Annamaya Kosha, the Annamaya is not Brahma or Atma. It is not sufficient. We have to realize that in our experience. That ahanta, the asmita which we have with the Annamaya Kosha or Abhinivesha which we have got with the Abhinivesha, we have to come out. Otherwise, kya hoga? Intellectually we are like the elephantitis, but practically we are with polio because anything happening to Annamaya Kosha is happening to me only. Any demand of Annamaya Kosha is my own demand. Still we are caught up that level because we are not practiced the practical tapasya there. That is why again in the second Valli, toward the end it was said, ki, what is it? Yatova himani, he becomes yatasmadvai annamaya etam annamayamatmanam upasangramati etam pranamayamatmanam upasangramati. So two things. One, anything related to our own Annamaya Kosha is to be zero valued, never discussed, never talked to anyone. Any demands of the Annamaya Kosha not fulfilled and using this Annamaya Kosha only in the service of the world through the Dharma. This is the tapasya to be done at the Annamaya Kosha level consciously to get detached from the wrong notion that the अन्नमय कोश इज मी. देखो ये सब किए बिना इस तरह एक एक कोश को पार किए बिना the innermost Paramatma is not achieved. Let us be very clear. Let us, when do we start sadhana? How sincerely we do? Let all that be important topic. But first of all, we should not hesitate. We should not hesitate in clearly understanding and accepting the practice or the technique or the steps. That's why the glory of the Bhrugu, that he has not bypassed, he has not taken anything for granted. Whatever expected out of him to do sadhana to reach Paramatma, that is what he has done. That is called tapaha. That ability to give up the conviction of wrong convictions when the right understandings or convictions come. So therefore, a healthy, intellectually understood aspect that Annamaya is not me, based on that intellectual conviction, one has practiced in life the things in such a way that he has really actualized that the Annamaya Kosha is not me. This is called tapasya at this level. Apply to all other next levels also. Otherwise, what will happen? The Abhinivesha will be there to Annamaya. At every given moment, we are pulled back to Annamaya Kosha, Stula. Then when can we go deeper in our meditation to transcend in our identity all the Kosha and reach our real self? It is impossible. That is why millions are there who study Siddhanta. Only hundreds are there who try sadhana. Among them, few only are there to whom it clicks that the tapasya is not only intellectually understanding, but on the basis of that intellectual conviction, actually living life in such a way that we are able to detach from the anatma as they are anatma. Starting what is annamayam. So this is the meaning of dwara. Why the word used as dwara? ईच 6 द्वारा वही उपलब्धि द्वारा क्यों कहा कि इस द्वार से आपको आगे ही जाना है. यही द्वार पे तो खड़े होते हैं क्या? द्वार पे द्वारपालक खड़े होते हैं, नॉट द वंस हु वांट टू गो इनसाइड. Doors are for what? For us to enter, not to stay there. So we are staying at Annamaya Kosha level even though we are studying the Shastras. Therefore, the Shastra Jnana or Anubhuti of Moksha not coming to us. Therefore, this is more important Tavasya, where we have risen above our Annamaya Kosha Tadatmya. Therefore, the birth of Annamaya Kosha, death of Annamaya Kosha, modification in between Annamaya Kosha, demands of Annamaya Kosha, when all of them are consciously when devalued, while living in the Annamaya Kosha, managing it for its health, using it for the sadhana of doing the dharma, this is called tapasya. Two things can be done for it. One, as we just now said, when the birth and death both are equal to us, then we have detached from Annamaya Kosha. Another more important practical thing to come out of Annamaya Tadatmya, that also need to be done is what? Recognizing ourselves to be the Jiva, who is traveling from one Annamaya to the another, which he has done of millions in the earlier, and if we have not realized the self in this life, even in future also, we will be given so many Annamaya koshas, not necessarily human, depending on where do we stand in our sadhana. When this thought is deeply entertained, then what we have intellectually understood that the Annamaya is not Brahman because it is not satisfying all Lakshanas of the Brahman that can be practically experienced. The two benefits out of it are one, door we have crossed in our reaching toward the Brahman. Second is what? All the samsara is only at the Annamaya Kosha level. 50% of samsara. Because the whole thing is Jagat, Jagrat Jagata starts from Aham Dehosmi only, then the entire samsara goes away. If you have actually realized and practiced and experienced that the Annamaya Kosha is not Atma or not me, very, very essential. And here only it takes hundreds of lives if we are not under the Guru's guidance and consciously, deliberately practicing. Remember, left to ourselves in our own study practice, we only use our limited knowledge of identifying the upadhis only. That is why we have to refer to Shastras, we have to be with the Guru who is at the highest level, only in his presence, in his guidance only. That these things will continuously be reminded to us and we are empowered with the right vision to really do the tapasya and go to next level. So this is what in the sixth Anuvakas Bhashya, what our Shankara Bhagavan told as to how Bhrugu has done the tapasya. Now let us see the Bhashyam, sixth wala, straight away. Evam, in this way, tapasa, with the tapasya, Vishuddha Atma, the one who has made his antakarana Vishuddha. What is the tapasa Vishuddha Atma? This antakarana is not going through the senses into the world nor getting lost in the inner karana of sankalpa vikalpa of the mana and the vasanas in the chitta or the extrovertedness of the buddhi. That initial tapasya ko कहते हैं यहाँ tapasa Vishuddha antakarana. So in that Vishuddha Antakarana, the Antakarana is neither getting lost in becoming the mana through unnecessary Sankalpa Vikalpa projection, nor becoming the intellect to unnecessarily gather the data about the world, nor getting influenced by the earlier vasanas much. So too, the 10 of the Indriyas are not having their power or sway over this person's Antakarana. He is called as Tapasa Vishuddha Antakarana. Now, how many ways this has to be explained? You think about it, homework to you. The one through the tapasya of Bahya Antakarana Samadhanam has become Vishuddha in his Antakarana. आपको पता है हमने कल परसों from the gunas standpoint what do you talk it about, from the avastha standpoint what do you talk it about, all of that we explained. So शुद्ध सत्व गुण होना है, एकाग्रता होना है, शुद्धता होना है, सूक्ष्मता होना है उस अंतःकरण में. About the indriyas, indriya vastus. About the mana, the subject matter of the mana called as sankalpa kalpa, he has zero interest, zero involvement. That type of inner personality is called Vishuddha Antakarana. Like a car. Lot of many years you have driven it without giving it to servicing. After that, you will see every part of it has some noise or some gadbad. Steering proper nahi hai, it's too tight or very loose. Gears and clutches also not properly happening. Brake also दबा के करना पड़ रहा है. सारे सीट भी हिल रहे हैं. Bonnet. Now when that is given for servicing, he does all servicing. After that 2-3 days, when you are given handed over the car, when you are sitting in that position of the car is called a Vishuddha Antakarana. Where the seat is intact, seat belt is intact, the seat's movement आगे पीछे भी intact, the steering also is perfect, not shaking, not too tight, not too loose, clutch, brake, accelerator, all of them are perfect there. The car also totally overhauled, everything done. So the moment you just put on the key, so wonderfully we giving sound, it has got started. Then putting that gear or clutch and all, when you are putting accelerator, so beautifully is moving. And when you are taking the turn, full cooperation by the steering. When you want to apply brakes and all, every one of them. How wonderful is that state of the car? That is called as tapasa vishuddha antakarana. Vishuddhi of the Antakarana is it is not getting lost with the Upadhi. Not that the Upadhis have Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Antakarana are not used. Wherever, to whatever extent they are useful for Vyavahara or Dharma, mainly for sadhana, that was used. More important than that is when the need of that is not there, that is not at all minded. That ability. Tapasa Vishuddhantakara. Then he takes up the tapasya of trying to match the Brahma Lakshanas with each of the Upalabdhi Dwara. When it is not matching, then conviction that it is not Atma or Brahma. Therefore, doing all required negation practices by which the Atma Tadatmya which was there with that particular first Dwara is transcended. This is what takes time, and we have to give time. And we have to put the efforts. So, evam tapasa vishuddha antakarana, what it is doing, prana adishu, matlab anna prana ityadiyo mein, sakalyena, matlab completely, brahma lakshanam apashyan, not seeing the satisfaction of all brahma lakshanas in the anna prana ityadi. This is not every shloka, everything chanted. Please remember, we did not refer all of them. After the first Anuvaka, what was the second Anuvaka? First said, Sadabhot, Abhyatya, Sadavastatva, Annam Brahmeti Vinadnath. Then he applied all these things. But again, Kuntasa, Annena Jatani, Annam Prayant, Evisamshan Siti, that Vignaya, but is not satisfied because Anna is beginning, Anna is born, Utpatti Karanat. Therefore, Punareva Varunam Pitram Vasasaradi, Bhagava Brahmeti. तगम होवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपो तप्यता प्राणं ब्रह्मेति विजानात् प्राणादेव कलियुगानि भूतानि जायन्ते प्राणेन जातानि जीवन्ति प्राणं प्रयन्त्यपि संविशन्ति इति तद्विज्ञाय अगेन पुनरेव वरुणं पितरम् उपससार अधीः भगवो ब्रह्मेति तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति अगेन स तपो तप्यता तपस्तत्वा मनो ब्रह्मेति विजानात् मनसा ह्येव कलियुगानि then vijnanam brahmeti vijnanat vijnanadeva latest one. So all that summary, uska commentary Bhagavan ne nahi kiya Shankara Bhagavan, because it was same thing. The summary of all of that is saying that with tapasya having become Vishuddha in the Antakarana, then the Bhrugu started taking up each of the dwara to match up with the Brahma Lakshana. But apashyan, कि साकल्येन completely Brahma Lakshanam Avashyan, not finding the Brahma Lakshana in that. What is he doing? Intellectual understanding may be, practice may be, experience may be. What was happening to him? Shanaihi Shanaihi Antaha Anupravishya. Slowly, slowly, he was entering into inner, deeper koshas. This is the difference between the Bhrugu, the practical man, and you and I, the theoretical people. Practically, we are 100% at Aham Annamaya Koshosmi. That's why the whole thoughts of the day, whole planning of the day, whole activities of the day, whole involvement of the day are Aham Devasmi only. That means what? Theoretically, we are understanding, but practically, we are not finding the importance of doing it. That tadak hona chahiye andar. That's called tapasya. When I understood that Annamaya am not, why I am still continuing to hold on to the Annamaya? How to come out of the Tadatmya? Which are the places the Annamaya Tadat becoming stronger? How to detach from it? This is called actual tapasya. Is it not? After struggling this way for a decade, complete, even more than that, even few years, few lives it may take, depending on at what deep level of vasanas we are, that we will be able to discover I am not Annamaya. Otherwise, we are a compromising brand. If theory हम पढ़ रहे हैं, but practically we are zero. We just live as some like a samsariya, like anyone else who has not studied Shastra. And such people, how can they really progress Adhyatmikata mein? Same happened. Parikshit, for the Anna Pranamaya Kosha level only, he has done that, the papa of putting that snake in the neck of that rishi. When the curse he received, immediately he did the Avasya what? Annamaya, Pranamaya, he dropped. Manomaya also he kept aside. Vijnanamaya say he went on listening to Bhagavat Katha. You know, while listening to it only, he detached from all the koshas. By the time the 12th skanda or 11th skanda is over, he just said, Sir, I knew that I am Brahman now, I understood. If you permit me, the Upadhi, the Sukma Sharira, with which I was listening to you, can I offer it to the Samashti and merge in Paramatma? Annamaya is given for the Takshaka to bite. Whole things are clear to me. So please order. Shukdev said, बताया तो इसलिए सब कुछ he said went away. So whether it is said in Bhagavad Puranam, in other Upanishads, this one, through all of the study, the essence we have to grasp theory as well as practice. So the beautiful thought is what? Shanaihi Shanaihi Antaha Anupravishya. Slowly, slowly he is entering inside. So by knowing that Pranamaya Kosha is Atma, he rejected the Annamaya Kosha. This is what in the Bhrugu Valli, sorry, in the Brahmananda Valli, the technique was. है ना? अन्यः अंतरः आत्मा प्राणमयः, अन्यः अंतरः आत्मा मनोमयः. ऐसे सूक्ष्म कोशों को पहुंचते हुए the स्थूल कोशास are transcended there. Here the technique is what? Yato va imani bhutani. Are they getting applied in this particular kosha or not? Not applied, then that is dropped, going inside, taking the next kosha, trying to match with the not matching, going inner and inner. So that ruthless rejection of Atma Tadatmya with the Sukstula Koshas as they are not matching with the Brahma Lakshana is the tapasya. That time is our Viveka, Vairagya, our knowledge, our sincerity that we want to realize the Brahman is tested. The one who is truly convinced of Brahma Prapti as moksha and really wants it, for him it is not at all difficult. हाँ समझ लिया ना ये तो आत्मा नहीं तो छोड़ना. But जिनके अंदर वो परमात्मा प्राप्ति is not stronger and who has got still vasanas and who is finding happiness at the upadhi level or the kosha level in the outer world, he will struggle. He will have so much of hesitation. Such a terrible pain it will be for him to transcend the identity with the koshas. Something like, the diabetic patient. If you really want to be healthy, अरे यार बोल दे डॉक्टर ने छोड़ दो, इसी क्षण मैंने छोड़ दिया sweets. That's it for the whole life. But the fellow was eating sugar because of that diabetes. हाँ उनको ना सबसे बड़ा नरक ये है. I have so much money, so many sweets I can buy, but I can't eat. which is absolutely wrong way of thinking. He is expressing his slavery to that sweets eating, even though the doctor is warning. The other fellow somehow he got that knack. कि डॉक्टर कह दिया छोड़ तो छोड़ दिया मैंने. I'm healthy now. So this fellow eating sugar, getting health spoiled, again going to doctor, getting double insulin, again becoming normal, again craving for the sweets. Why? Intellectually, he is not fully convinced. Both that he should be healthy and the sugar is a cause of disease, it has to be given up. So I have to discover the self. The anatma upadhis are the cause of my bondage. I don't want them. The one who has got conviction about it, he alone can do all the practices by which the identity with the stula koshas is transcended. And to make these things easily understandable to us, the Shankara Bhagavan Ityadi Rishis, Gurus given us the Prakarana Granthas like the Tattvabodha, Atmabodha, Viveka Chudamani. In all of them, the Panchakosha Viveka and slowly going from gross to subtler and go beyond, they have taught us at our level. Study that. At the time of Brahma Bhrugu Valli, we thought of doing, we have missed it. Perhaps after this Upanishad is over, either along with the starting of next Upanishad or giving a gap of few days, the Panchakosha Viveka of Viveka Chudamani we will try to see. Thought उस समय भी था पर भगवान ने कहा इतना उपनिषद पढ़ रहे हो, why are you coming down? He has told maybe inside. Therefore we were continuing it. आगे देखो अगर जरूरत लगी तो. अगर इससे आपको समझ में आया तो भगवान में से no need, go ahead. Because the Diksha is of studying the Upanishads for us from last 1200 days. I'm just telling it is out of topic. So Shanaihi Antaha Anupravishya is the tapasya. Who can do that? The one who is conscious that he is coming to Upanishad classes. The one who is conscious that in the Upanishad classes, the Atma and Atma Viveka is done depending on the Panchakosha. And the one who is conscious that in this way, intellectually, when we understand, the Annamaya Adi are not satisfying the Brahma Lakshana, my goal is to reach Brahma Tattva. Therefore, this is not Atma. Therefore, the Atma Tadatma which is had with this, through these practices, by avoiding those practices, the identity with this Annamaya Kosha, I will come out of. Now, the one who is thinking consciously like that and able to do, he is really doing Davasya. He is the one who can come out. And for that, the first Davasya of Manaha Indriyanam Aikagryam or Bahya Antakarananam Upashamaha, if that is not done, क्लास होते ही गए सी टीवी देखने गए खाना खाने again we are in that only the whole world, then how can this knowledge be remembered? How can we contemplate on it? How can the knowledge is convinced, it becomes conviction? Where from that inspiration, enthusiasm comes that by rejecting the Atma with them, I want to discover the Atma, that zeal and zest and inspiration, where will it come from? Without that, how that hardships of giving up all those things by which the Kosha Atma is happening, we can do. अब बिना इन सब के किए, how can this Siddhanta become Anubhava? But what Guru and Shastra has to do, they have done 100%. Now it is in our hands to know all these steps clearly, and we have to take the spiritual sadhana as a whole-time job, only job. Then only one can really grow. When we are studying the Upanishad, ruthlessly we have to speak the truths. When we study Ramayana, Upanishad, Mahabharata, Bhagavad, उस समय थोड़ा भक्ति भी कर लो, थोड़ा सा सेवाएं भी कर लो. In that all, actually, the mind and indriya, they are given value only. Bhakti is done with the mind, seva is done with the body. When you are doing them, there's a jiva bhava only. Where is Atma Jnanam? But उन उपानिषद पुराणों के लेवल में ऐसे ही बोलना होता है. Because the people are at that level, we are at that level. But when you come to the Upanishad study, we cannot bring the level of Upanishad down for our convenience. You don't study Upanishad, that is better than pulling the Upanishads to down level. What is that bringing the Upanishad down level? Trying to or compromising with the knowledge of Upanishad practically by being identified with the world only, in this case with the Upadhis or Panchakoshas. That is why the first tapaha, bahya antakarana samadhanam. Second tapaha, going to the Guru and listening, the technique of reaching the Brahman Third, tapaha, really practicing it. First, intellectual understanding. Fourth, after that, when it is convinced that Annamaya, Pranamaya is not Atma, really we have to reject them. No value, no importance given to them beyond the requirement. To the level of attachment, value, importance, nahi dena. Thus, we have to consciously experience. At the idealist way is what? When we look at the other Annamaya kosha of somebody else, what is our relation? Attitude. Same when it is with our own Annamaya kosha, then we have done real Namasya. How tough it looks like. No, that is what is spirituality then. ऐसे फ्री में थोड़ी मिलने वाला है ना? In that way, antah tamam antah anupravishya. So the sentence is what? Sakalyena pranadishu sakalyena brahma lakshanam apashyan shanai shanai antah anupravishya. So from the worldly objects, he came to Annamaya kosha. Annamaya understood not fulfilling the lakshanas of Brahma. Therefore, Annamaya is not Atma, intellectually convinced. And by the practice, as we said, not valuing Janma, Marana, and in between every modification, so to not discussing about, so to by discovering ourselves as Jiva, we have to come out of Dehosmitada. Avinivesh कहते हैं उसको. We will see today again in our Yoga Darshana. Then come to the second one, Pranamaya. What is the Lakshana of the Pranamaya kosha? Is Ashana Pipasa. When others or totalities, Ashana and Pipasa, become more important than ours, and we are able to remove the hunger and thirst of everyone in the world, irrespective of whoever they are, friends or enemies, whoever they are. That's why it will be told again in the 10th Anuvaka, in this very third Bhrugu Valli, Nakanchana Vasato Pratyachakshita. Practical sadhanas will be told to us there. So the Pranamaya Kosha Tadatmya, Ashana Pipasa और कर्म से होता है, because प्राणमय कोश. Therefore, those karmas in which our identity with our individuality grows, and the pranamaya lakshana of the ashana pipasa, when we, what is to be done there? Eat for living. That's it. Drink for living. Don't live only to drink and eat. Point one. Point two is what? As much we have the pangs of hunger and thirst of ours, so much are everybody's pangs of thirst and hunger. Therefore, freely, lavishly, unhesitatingly, uninhibitingly, when we are able to feed everyone, give drink, water to everyone, even to a bitterest enemy. Do you understand? Whoever he may be, if you are able to do that, then Vyashti Pranamaya is transcended. It is given to the Samashti Pranamaya. And what is required for our survival at our Pranamaya level, that's going on. But beyond that, even not even a one thought. Why this all has to be done? Because the Brahma Lakshanas are not satisfied in the Pranamaya Kosha. Therefore, Pranamaya Kosha is not Brahman or Atman. Therefore, to reach the Atman, I have to go to the next level of the Dwara. तो इस द्वार को पार करो तो ही मैं आगे जाऊंगा ना उसके लिए. Then these all are not told by the Guru. He tells it indirectly. He says, अरे द्वार है तुझा. It is we who have to discover. That is our tapasya. We have to discover that Anna I crossed, came to the prana level. Prana also found not to be Atma. Then ye dwar ko bhi par karke, now I am going to the Mano. So the Manomaya kosha, Lakshanas are Sukha Dukkha. So as much we value our own Sukha Dukkha, so much when we value the other Sukha Dukkha, as we don't want Dukkha and want Sukha, so too when we give to the world only Sukha, not the Dukkha, then we are merging our individual Vyasti, Manomaya kosha to the Samashti. At the same time, as said in Gita, Sukha Dukkhe Same Krutva, Labha Labho Same Krutva, Jaya Jayo Same Krutva. In life, to all these arrivals at the mind level, when we value equal to them, their arrival you can't stop. कौन कब हमको दुखी करेगा, सुखी करेगा, that's all prarabdha. But if you not perturbed, not disturbed, just looking at it as sakshi, not valuing it, then we are practicing the sadhana of detaching from manomaya, because it is found to be not matching with Brahma Lakshana, therefore it is not Brahman or Atman. And I want to recognize my Brahma Anubhuti. That is the meaning of Antaha Anupraveshya. So too, when you come to the intellectual level, knowing or unknowing, knowledge or ignorance of anything, or respect received from anybody or censure received from anybody, when they become equal, so too when we respect others' knowledge, so too when we respect or value others' glory, etc., then our individual Vijnana, we are merging in the Samashti Vijnana. विज्ञानमय कोश का ज्ञान समष्टि के लिए यूज करना, दूसरों के विज्ञान को अप्रिशिएट करना, दूसरों के अंदरों के गुणों को अप्रिशिएट करना. When we do that, we are not slave of our own one Vijnanamaya kosha. And consciously we should know, I have all the koshas, I am using all of them, yet with none of them I have the bondage of ahanta mahata tadatmya. That anubhuti is called spiritual evolution. And whatever is to be done for that is called tapasya. But all of that will be done when we are convinced. And the conviction ke liye we have to go to the Guru and study. So going to the Guru also is tapasya. For that you have to leave where you are at home. तो सब छोड़ना तपस्या, गुरु को जाना तपस्या, सुनना तपस्या, बात को समझना तपस्या, उसको प्रैक्टिस करते करते नेति नेति, दिस व्हाट इज कॉल्ड पंचकोशों का नेति नेति करना. By saying नेति नेति, theoretically, practically and experientially, you have to become subtler and subtler. Now, the one who has transcended really the Vijnanamaya Kosha also, for him, censure or praise, etc., are meaningless. So, the one who transcended Manamaya Kosha, pleasure and pain are meaningless. The one who has transcended Pranamaya Kosha feels, shuts and forgets when he is hungry. The one who has transcended Annamaya Kosha, he has no meaning to the man or woman, the gender difference, the nationality, Indian or non-Indian, that difference, black and white, that difference, fat or thin, though born or dead or diseases, ये सब शरीर के धर्म है, उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. That will be the order of that person. If he really has done antaha anupravishya, this is called tapasya. For that, as we have said, total life has to be dedicated. No more to realize the self that we can afford to involve in those things in which the kosha tadatma becomes stronger, and then tattva jnana is not becoming practical. That is why, after listening to the Shastras, not even staying in the Gurukula, the Shishyas used to go to that Ekanta place, seclusion. You know what Kalanemi told to Ravana? Raj de do Vibhishana ko, Sita de do Rama ko, go to the jungle, Vanaprasthi bano. Then, having this Tattva Jnana heard, sit quietly, meditate. Perfectly matching the teachings, is it not? This we have to do. बात ये सत्य है, पहले सुनना है हमको. मानो ना मानो, एक्सेप्ट करो ना करो, प्रैक्टिस करो या ना करो, समझो ना करो, इट्स सब्जेक्टिव. For we, our sake, the truth cannot change, no? Truth is Aham Brahmasmi gives moksha. And truth is, for that you have to do tapasya. Truth is, for that we have to transcend the kosha tadatmya. By checking in them the Brahma Lakshana are not there, they are not Brahman or Atman, but I took them as Brahman and Atman, therefore I was suffering no more. So this clear vision, clear practice, whoever has done, he clearly has transcended the koshas one by one and reached to the self. This is called as tapasya. First we have to understand, then accept, then be on the job. Now, unless we are regular to our classes, tuned to the Shastra and the Guru, how can these systematic, clear understandings, inputs, and inspirations we can gain? Don't insult yourself and insult the Rishi Parampara by being irregular to classes. Stop coming, that's better. Then coming one day, not coming another day. It is an insult to the Gurus. I am teaching for you to learn and all. Only you come. What is this? Better to stop coming. Unambiguous. So all of them रोक लो, सब लोग बंद करो. मैं बोलता ही आऊंगा YouTube में या मैं अपने आप. Unless that respect like Bhrugu we have, we cannot get benefit out of this love and compassionate guidance of our Rishi and Guru Parampara. Think about it. Even this also a tapasya. Any justification is justification, and any time justification is wrong. And from the highest standpoint, the mukti giving ब्रह्म ज्ञान को छोड़कर अभी कहीं भी जाना जहाँ बंधन होता है, what can be the justification justifiable? अब देखो, at the lower level we just say okay करके, But the higher level, your asking itself is wrong. Swamiji, can I miss the class? You can't justify. मैं मर रहा हूँ, you should die in the class only. I should die in the class only. क्लास के टाइम में क्लास ही है बस. Adjust the life according to class, not the adjust the class according to life. That commitment is the one where we are valuing the Guru and the Shastra and our moksha. If they are not there, then we are time pass brand. जस्ट आ रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, सो रहे हैं. बहुत जिंदगी में कितने महात्माओं को सुन के रख दिया, कितने क्लास सुन के रख दिया, और उस लिस्ट में और एक. And imagine how much will be the grace of Guru God on these people practically, insincere लोगों के ऊपर. नहीं रहेगा. देखो, न संसार छूटेगा, न मन का शांति आएगा, न बुद्धि की परिपक्वता होगी, न साधना होगा, न सिद्धि होगी. देर एक ख्याल है ना, वो थिन थे, हमने भी क्लास अटेंड किया, बीच बीच में क्लास खत्म होने के 5 मिनट पहले जाते थे. व्हाट इज देयर इन दैट? It is the lowest category of Zabardasti called as disciple. We have to be the highest category like Bhrugu, like Nachiketa. That's what our Gurudev did with his gurus. That's what he taught all of us. That's what we have to catch from him. नहीं तो फिर मिलेगा नहीं वो जिसको हम पाना है. अधूरा रह जाएगा हमारी human life. And the all added vasana tendencies, who knows, the next life they may take us totally away from spirituality. We will be lost like the whole world of people you are seeing, so much lost in अर्थ कामा. देखो, हमारा भी जिंदगी ऐसा हो गया, हो जाएगा. Do you want like that? भाई मैं तो नहीं चाहता भाई. मरना है रे जरूरत पड़ी, लेकिन छोड़ना है नहीं अपने स्वाध्याय एंड शास्त्र अध्ययनम, and then trying as much as possible from our side to tune to it along with grace of Guru and Bhagwan invoked through all prayers. So, in this way, Brahma Lakshanam Avashan Antaha Anupravishya. So, in this way, अन्न को चक किया, अन्न द्वार पार किया. प्राण को चुक किया, प्राण द्वार पार की. मन का चक किया, मैच नहीं हुआ. He transcended and gone into विज्ञान. तो विज्ञानम ब्रह्मेति वे जाना, तो विज्ञानाद्यव खलु विमानभूतानि जायन्ते. All that he has done, but the Vijnanamaya Kosha also is the Jada only. Because the knowledge which is the Vijnanamaya Kosha also is awared by me, and it has also coming and going, forgetting, non-forgetting, limited, useful, not useful. अरे बाबा इतने limitations है इसमें. देखो, that also is not satisfying Brahma Lakshana. Therefore, Vijnana also is not Brahma. Then when he went to Guru, last time again Guru said, Tavasa Brahma Jignasasva Tapo Brahmeti. No other way. Then Satapo Tapeta Satavastatva. Now you see the continuation of the sixth Anuvaka's Bhashyam. So what has happened to him at that place? Ki Antaha Anupravishya Shanahi Shanahi. Listen carefully. Antaratamam means innermost Anandam Brahma Vijnatavanu. Tapasa eva sadhanena Bhrugu. So Anandam Brahma Vijnatavan Tapasa eva sadhanena Bhrugu. Okay? So what is the Tapasa eva sadhanena Bhrugu? Anandam Brahma Vijnatavan there is after going beyond the Vijnanamaya Kosha, he entered into Anandamaya Kosha. Okay? In that Anandamaya Kosha, now take the help of our second Bhrugu Valli, where the Anandamaya, Brahmananda Valli, Anandamaya Kosha was spoken. What is that Anandamaya Kosha? Tasya Priyameva Shiraha, Modo Dakshina Pakshaha, Pramoda Uttara Pakshaha. The fourth and fifth are important. Ananda Atma Brahma Pucham Pratishta. Okay? From the Vijnana, when he entered into Ananda, he entered entertaining himself getting the Ananda, but it was the conditional Ananda. Priya Ananda, Moda Ananda, Pramoda Ananda, he was going through, which are the Shiraha, Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha. Clear? Now, when one discovers, be attentive, Ananda in himself, independent of any conditions of any sort, then what happens to him? He is no more in the Priya and Moda Pramoda Sthiti. He is in the Ananda Sthiti. That Ananda is free from any conditionings. And where is that Ananda? That is the last point said, Brahma Pucham Pratishta. The Brahma Tattva is the Pratishta. for this Ananda, wherein Ananda need not any of the conditionings, because that Ananda is my own Swarupa. रिमेम्बर, जिस चीज को पाने के लिए मैं निकला ढूंढने, बी अटेंटिव, वो चीज मुझे मेरे ही अंदर मिला, इट इज ए हाफ और रॉन्ग सेंटेंस. देन व्हाट? जिस चीज को पाने के लिए मैं निकला ढूंढने, वो मैं ही हूं. सो देर I am, irrespective of any conditionings, be attentive, existing consciously. That discovery that I am existing consciously is called as the independent bliss. That is called not anymore the Kosha Ananda, but the pure Ananda Brahma. What is Kosha Ananda? It is the Vritti Pratibimba Brahma Ananda. When the conducive vrittis were created because of the outer conducive things and beings and atmosphere, because of the Punya or Upasana. पुण्य और उपासना कारण के कारण outer conditions, inner conditions were conducive to create such peculiar vrittis in which Ananda was reflected. And that was all those which we studied in the Ananda Mimamsa. Right from युवा स्यात् साधु युवाध्यायकः आशिष्टो दृढिष्टो बलिष्ठः तस्येयं पृथ्वी सर्वावित्तस्य पूर्णः स्यात् स एको मानुष आनन्दः. देन मनुष्य गन्धर्वाणाम् आनन्दः, देवगन्धर्वाणाम् आनन्दः, पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानाम् आनन्दः, आजान जान देवानाम् आनन्दः, कर्म देवानाम् आनन्दः, देन देवानाम् आनन्दः, इन्द्रस्य आनन्दः, बृहस्पतेः आनन्दः, प्रजापते आनन्दः, ब्रह्मणः आनन्दः. All of that which were seen, what are they? The outer atmosphere created, which reflected in creating such inner vritti, in which the Ananda of Brahman was reflecting 100 times more. Yet it was conditional Ananda, not pure. So when we discover in our own self, be attentive, that we are independent existence, purely conscious. That discovering ourselves to be independent conscious existence is called as the discovery of independent Ananda, our own Swarupa. That is the meaning of Anandam Brahma Vijnatavan. And how all that is done? Tapasa eva sadhanena Bhrugu. So therefore, I am a jiva through some karma. When I get karma phala, I get ananda. From that standpoint, that ananda itself is my own self. That discovery is called the spiritual evolution. Everything to be done for that is called tapasya. So again, I am an independent, conscious existence. This discovery is called ananda. So therefore, Ananda is my own Swarupa. That's why Satyam and Jnanam, pure existence and pure consciousness. That itself is Anantam, and Anantam is called as Anandam. Sachit Anandam, there it is said here in our Upanishad, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Bataya. The word Anantam is used to refute the Antata when the Jnanam is spoken. But otherwise, the Anantam is called Anandam only. So here, the Anandam Brahma Vijnatavan, you have to discover. Here, Vijnatavan means Brahma is Ananda Swarupa, and that Ananda Swarupa, Brahma alone is me. Okay? That Brahma Ananda only at next level, please remember, comes to become as consciousness. Okay? When that consciousness itself, for some reason, it finds in itself some sense of difference, it is called as Chitta. Chitta got agitated for some or the other reasons, is called as, when it is in the Sankalpa Vikalpa Sthiti, it is called as Mana. When it is in the Nischayatmika Sthiti, it is called as the Buddhi. When it is in the memory Sthiti, it is called as Chitta. When it is in the ownership Sthiti, it is called as Ahankara. In that, the mana buddhi, through the senses, when it leaks to the world, it carries into it the in its womb the variety of the things and beings. And with this mana and buddhi, the ahankara continuously struggling. This is called as samsara, in which we are now. So reverse back, trace back. Objects are devalued, mind is quietened, intellect is quietened. When the mind and intellect are quietened, that's why tapasya, then they merge in the chitta along with the ahankar. Then in the chitta sthai level, when that sense of otherness is dropped, of jnata and jneyam, then Shuddha Jnapti is discovered. When the Jnapti is discovered, when you look back at it, it is found to be Shuddha Sat. That Shuddha Sat, the Jnapti alone is called the real bliss or Ananda. So this is how, from where we have come back to suffer as Jiva, to back we have to go, and all of that requires such a vigorous trigger, tremendous amount of the tapasya of contemplation, meditation, along with the outer tapasya of rejection. And for that, how much Guru Krupa, Ishwara Krupa we need, how much of deep study of the Shastra and contemplation we need, how much of self-accepted self-discipline we need to have. That is why this Adhyatmakta is a Kshurasya Dhara. Not everybody can continuously travel to reach. Therefore, in every of the life, थोड़ा करेंगे थक जाएंगे. Like some people, 2 seconds they come to class and go away. 1 मिनट बैठ कर चले जाते. 5 मिनट के बाद बाथरूम याद आता है, चाय कॉफी याद आता है, सेलफोन याद आता है. They go away. Is it not? Then we have to gather all these shaktis. That is called dignity as a human being, that he has decided to walk spiritual path to realize the spiritual goal, and for that he is gathering himself, he is equipping himself, he is qualifying himself. Then ये करना है तो फिर बाकी सारी दुनियादारी में फंसना नहीं फंस सकते. You can't do together both the things. That's why here Ravana give up the Rajya to Vibhishana and go ahead into the Vanaprastha and do your meditation on this self. And how nicely Kalnevi taught. Same these things only he taught. And this is what is taught in the other Upanishad, Isha, Kena, Kata, Prashna, Munda, Mandukya, every Upanishad talking in different way, but talking about the truth only, and the sadhana for truth alone is, truth is tapasya alone. What is tapasya? On the strength of intellectual understanding, the ability to give up the tadatmya with the anatma koshas is tapasya. But to have that intellectual understanding, we have to have the contemplation. But to have the contemplation, we have to have the data. For collecting the data, we have to go to the satsang every day regularly. And to come to that class, you have to sacrifice other things. हम 10 जगह भटकते रहे and listen to the mind and intellect, consistency will not be there. Please remember, as the flower blossoms with the continuous, bud blossoms to become flower by getting the continuous feeding from the roots through the branches or the things continuously. There's no breakage in it. As the Lord's sun, from rising the horizon till the end, it goes on blazing continuously. Same way, only in our being regular, sincere, consistent. In our classes, in our study at home, in our Manana Chintana, that substantially we can grow and we can experience the growth and we can feel the joy that we are growing. And that alone leads slowly, antaha anupravishya antaratamam anandam brahma vijnatavan tapasa eva sadhanena Bhrugu. Therefore, what is the whole purpose of the entire Upanishad and all studies? It is said, ki tasmat brahma vijijnasuna. Therefore, for a person who wants to experience Brahma Tattva, bahya antakarana samadhana lakshanam paramam tapaha sadhanam अनुष्ठेयम इति प्रकरणार्थः. अतो इससे बढ़िया सिंपली समराइज करके कौन हमको बता सकते हैं? ब्रह्म जिज्ञासुना, the one who want to discover himself to the Brahman, by that person, bahya, external, anta, inner, karana, instrument, samadhana, lakshanam, fully controlling, regulating, mastering them, wala, paramam tapaha, the supreme tapasya, it is supreme tapasya, is the only sadhanam, and that has to be done as anushteyam, as the anushtanam, iti prakaranartha. This is the purpose of telling you the whole story of Bhrugu and Varuna. Don't get satisfied by listening the second Brahmananda Valli and think that everything is understood. Spirituality is not understanding, it's an experience. Without tapasya, it cannot come. Therefore, this is how this is over. Now, in the second mantra, Aduna, आख्यायिकातः अपसृत्य श्रुतिः. जरा हटकर अभी आख्यायिका से स्टोरी हो गया. From the story aspect, little moving away from the story. Shruti, the Shruti Mata, Svena Vachanena, by her own words, Akhyayika Nirvartyam Artha Ajaste. The purpose of the entire Akhyayika, Shruti Mata herself summarizes. So, that is what in the second mantra, which we started seeing yesterday. Tomorrow we'll continue. Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya Parame Vyoman Pratishtita Ya Evam Veda Pratitishthati. Then the Falashruti. This is how the sixth Anuvaka. Then the seventh onwards, the Anna Upasana is told. Thereafter, for all sadhakas, especially grastas, as it was said earlier also, in the Brahmavalli and Bhrugu Valli, Shiksha Valli also, the scratch onward the sadhanas. वो सारे फिर से बताएंगे. The earlier, like in the Shikshavali, Vedamanucha, Charyon, Tevase, Manushasti, Satyamadal. Same way, Yahavina Kanchanasno, Pratya, Sakshita, Tadrutum, Disa, Tasmadya, Kayasvidya, Mahvanna Prapniya. A beautiful sadhana right from the beginning. Again, Guru Maharaj, the Shruti Mata tells to us. This is how this Upanishad, the next few Anuvakas, gives us the most beautiful, profound, complete picture of goal and means and preparations and practices, everything. And I believe it's worthy for us to study these many days, this Shastra. Like Bhagavata also. We are enjoying it, that's why we're taking time. Those who could not understand or digest it, for the simple reason of not tuning to the Guru or the Shastra, they become irregular or they just stop. Then they will be stagnant at that level only. It's obvious. जितना हम टाइम माइंड देते हैं शास्त्र को, उतना हमको वहां से कृपा मिलता है. Wherever we put a break, the Lord also is forced to put a break. Is it not? People in their own different opinions, egos, biasnesses, and self-thinking come to some funny conclusions. Why it's funny? Any conclusion where we are missing the opportunity of Shastra Adhenam is denying the blessing of God only. I do believe it strongly. To help yourself. And this is how slowly, as we are entering into Shastra Adhenam under the guidance of Guru Parampara, maintain it. Make this the main and only priority. And thus, in the Shuddhi of the Antakarana, that Prema and Bhakti and Sharanagati and Shraddha, go on adding the information, make it a knowledge, become practical, and make it an experience. This is the way any matured individual through spiritual sadhana grows to evolve to the ultimate level. Om, 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Paravarashibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Srutimatre Namaha Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, dearest friends. God bless you all. Om. Yeah, come in 2 minutes.